July 10th, 2024. A London flat, 2 men inside, laughing just moments earlier. But then, something snaps. Yost Andres Moscera pulls out a knife and attacks. He stabs Albert 15 times, mostly in the chest and neck. But here's what froze investigators. He filmed the entire thing on his phone. In the video, Yost looks at Albert's bleeding body and says, "Do you like it?" No flinch, no panic, just cold, calculated murder. That haunting sentence, "Do you like it?" would later echo through a shocked courtroom, because what came next was even darker. This wasn't just a killing, it was a performance from a former adult film actor turned psychopath. And the truth behind it all would unravel one of the most disturbing murder cases Britain has ever seen. This is the case of Yost Andres Moscera, and it's more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. It started in the quiet streets of Shepherd's Bush, West London. A peaceful neighborhood, families, retirees, small flats lined up in rows. And inside one of those flats lived Albert Alfonso, 62, and Paul Longworth, 71. Albert was a gentle swimming coach, known for helping kids, seniors, and even patients with injuries. Paul was a retired repairman, someone who fixed everything with care and patience. They were a couple. They'd signed a civil contract in early 2023. Their relationship? Stable, mature, and deeply respectful. Neighbors knew them as warm and quiet. Nothing about their lives suggested the chaos that was about to come. Albert, despite his calm personality, used social media and gay dating apps. He liked helping people, especially young men, struggling to settle in the UK. That's how he met Yost Andres Moscera, a 35-year-old from Colombia. Yost had acted in adult films. He had no steady income, no clear job, and no fixed home. Albert saw someone who needed help. He invited Yost to stay at his apartment for a few days, just until he got back on his feet. But days turned into weeks, then months. Paul, Albert's partner, didn't like it. He found Yost cold, distant, and suspicious. Yost didn't just sleep on the couch anymore. He moved around the house like he owned it. He went through mail, snooped on devices, and even asked about bank accounts. He told Albert he needed a place. Albert listened, but in secret, Yost was searching online for terrifying things. How to dismember a body. How long does it take to die from bleeding? Serial killers in London. He was also keeping a personal diary. In it, obsessive thoughts, quotes from killers, and one chilling line. "They will never wake up again. The room will be quiet forever." He even bought a giant freezer, the kind that could hold an adult human body. Albert and Paul had no idea what was coming. July 8th, 2024. Albert and Yost were in the bedroom. Albert thought it was another night of intimacy, something routine by now. But under the pillow, Yost had hidden a long knife. At the height of the act, he pulled it out and stabbed Albert 15 times, mostly in the chest and neck. But here's what made it even worse. He filmed the entire thing on his phone. And in the video, with a chilling calm, Yost looks at Albert and asks, "Do you like it?" Not a flinch, not a tear, just cold murder. That sentence, "Do you like it?" would later haunt the courtroom. Paul, in the next room, heard the screams. He rushed in, confused, terrified, yelling. But Yost was ready. He had hidden a hammer under the bed. Before Paul could run or react, Yost smashed it into his skull, twice. Paul died instantly. Now, both men were dead. And Yost? He didn't panic. He went to the kitchen, opened the freezer, and started cutting. The scene was brutal. Yost used kitchen knives and tools to chop up the bodies. He placed the parts into plastic bags, some into the freezer, some into 2 large suitcases, one red, one gray. He kept Paul's head and torso frozen. Albert's parts were partially wrapped. He even cleaned the flat, wrote more in his diary, and waited for the right time to dump the evidence. He would later call it necessary. July 10, 2024, 11 p.m. CCTV captures a lone man dragging 2 large suitcases across the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol. It's dark, it's silent, he's not running. He stops midway, sits down, and casually places the suitcases next to the railing. Then he wipes the sides, where blood had started to seep out. Before leaving, he enters the nearby bathroom as if marking territory. Then he disappears. No one stopped him. 1 hour later, a cyclist passed by. He saw the red suitcase and noticed a strong smell. It wasn't just bad. It was rotten flesh. He called the police immediately. When the officers opened the bags, what they saw was unlike anything they'd seen before. Human arms, torsos, a scalp, still frozen, still packaged, still horrifying. The UK was about to face one of its most gruesome true crime stories in modern history. But this was only the beginning. Who was Yost Andres Moscera? Why did he do it? And what did police find in the freezer back in Shepherd's Bush? In Part 2, we'll uncover the digital trail, the psychological profile, and the cold interrogation that stunned even veteran detectives. Subscribe to the Untold Archive and hit the bell, because the next chapter is coming soon.